IBF and WBA Cruiserweight champ Evander Holyfield in his first fight of the year against WBC Cruiserweight champ Carlos De León.
Here's the tail of the tape. You see two men that are pretty equal in everything except age. De León being 28, Holyfield 25, but everything else is about the same weight.
And here we go. Round one scheduled for 12 for the undisputed Cruiserweight Championship. Evander Holyfield in the white trunks with the black trim, and Carlos De León in the all red trunks, and they come out wailing away.
He came out, De León came out just like he said he would. He wanted to put some hurt on Evander Holyfield. Only difficulty with that is you can get some hurt back, because that's what Holyfield wants, a punch out.
Holyfield describes De León as a tricky fighter, hard to study. Holyfield says his conditioning will be the key factor, but he does not take the experienced De León lightly. He intends to pressure De León and wear him down with different shots to the body. We shall see.
Now, as De León has come out in exactly the fashion he said, open up with a few hard shots, box a little, and watch for his opportunities to punch hard.
De León won the WBC Cruiserweight title in 1980 with a decision over Marvin Camel. He has been the champion on and off for the last 8 years. Evander Holyfield, the real deal, two-time world champion. A left scores by Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield is hunting patiently. He's not getting wild and not getting crazy, just chasing him methodically, waiting for those openings.
The punches by De León being blocked by Holyfield effectively.
Except for the body shots. De León coming under Holyfield's guard has been jabbing to the body. A couple of uppercuts, you just saw it to the body by De León.
From the category of For What It's Worth, Showtime has become the network of upsets. A number of top names have succumbed to the Showtime jinx. Gabby Canizales upset Richie Sandoval for the WBA bantamweight title. Canizales upset then by Bernardo Penango in his first defense. Barry McQuiggan lost his WBA featherweight title to a substitute challenger, Steve Cruz. Lloyd Hunnigan shocked Donald Curry, and there were also a number of minor upsets. So just keep that in mind as we go along here.
Right now it's an even round. Both men landing good grazing right. Just landed by Holyfield.
Crisp left by Evander Holyfield. He is known for his right.
Holyfield can hook with a great deal of power, but De León in his experience has his gloves up over his head. He's not getting hit that much.
Holyfield all business, not a showboat. Final seconds, round one. And that'll do it for the first scheduled for 12. We will follow the WBA and IBF Cruiserweight champion Evander Holyfield into his corner. Lou Duva and George Benton. And Ace Barada is the cut man. Over in the De León corner, where Esteban Garcia does the talking.
His main concern is those left hooks that he's been getting hit, because he says that that's lulling you to sleep. The right hand is coming after that left hook. That's the main concern of the corner.
Bertie, the sun sets in the west here in Las Vegas. We are at beautiful, majestic Caesars Palace, and we are in the Sports Pavilion. Capacity crowd close to 5,000 on hand. Round two scheduled for 12.
First round was very close. I gave it to De León on superior boxing, more effective punching. But Holyfield had not gotten wound up yet. Now we see a different Holyfield in the second round.
Holyfield landing with rights and lefts to the head of De León.
This is a different Holyfield from the first round. He's come out here to do business. He's come out here to impress. He's come out here to get rid of Sugar De León as fast as possible. That certainly took the zap out of De León. He's not bouncing around. That little opening exchange just kind of took the heart out of De León.
Again, those sharp right hands of Evander Holyfield having effect. Little left by De León had no effect on Holyfield.
Holyfield's got him where he wants him. On the ropes, De León taking the punishment. De León better figure a way out of there, or else he will get pounded into submission on the ropes, or so much damage done that Holyfield can take him out with ease later on.
Not as spirited as the first round. Midway through the second. A right by Holyfield that landed. And now combinations by Holyfield that are having impact on De León's head.
De León is slowing up. Here comes De León a bit. He's got to get off those ropes.
Holyfield with a flurry. De León is in trouble.
Big trouble with De León.
A blistering attack by Evander Holyfield. A hard left by Holyfield.
Too much time for De León. He's got to sit here and weather the storm. He's in deep, deep trouble.
Can Carlos Sugar De León withstand this assault? Can he make it through two?
Why Holyfield is lightened up, I don't know, because those devastating punches had De León ready to go.
De León losing a lot of power as Holyfield continues to administer the punishment.
De León fighting back with not too much power, but he's trying.
And De León gets through the second round. We will follow De León to his corner.
Tienes que boxearlo, ¿ok? No te bajes.
Centro de ring, no te bajes más, chicos. Centro de ring, ¿cómo ya? ¿Qué pasa? No vayas a la zona con él, ya ves. Ya ves, ¿tú estás entendiendo?
Immediately they tell him, get off those ropes. What are you doing there? Why aren't you in the middle of the ring? Why aren't you boxing? And he could well say, because Holyfield is punching me right into that rope. I can't get away. As you can see right now, if you look at your screens, you can see the way one man keeps the other one punched right to the ropes. He's being nailed to that rope. He can't get away. Now he tries to slide away. Holyfield follows and nails him again. Beautiful work by Holyfield.
Vamos a boxearle, para centro de ring, no dejes que te cojan la zona. Centro de ring, no dejes que te cojan la zona.
Round 3 scheduled for 12. De León in the fight of his life here against Evander Holyfield to unify the cruiserweight junior heavyweight title.
It looked like two different fighters. The first and the second round did Holyfield. Holyfield came out sort of disinterested in that first round, feeling him out. Second round was all work.
The unification will be a first as far as this division is concerned in the history of boxing.
Beautiful body shots by Holyfield, who is taking the legs out from the older and more ring-worn Carlos De León.
And once again, Holyfield pinning De León to the ropes.
De León is given a chance to get away from the ropes and stays there. He hasn't got any legs. That's what the body attack does. Tremendous crunching left hook by Holyfield.
And the bulking up program does not seem to have taken any speed, at least from the punches, away from Holyfield.
The only thing mysterious right now is why he loses concentration or the intensity of his punches. Holyfield seems to punch hard 3, 4, 5 times and then pity pat again. Not really hard. Why is he doing that? This is the opening of the third round. He should be wailing away.
Holyfield continues to have his way past the midway point of round 3.
No question, De León carrying a lot of hurt into the beginning of this third round.
The left jabs of Holyfield pestering De León.
He's holding that right back.
Tripling up with the left, and you're right. Everybody in the house waiting for the explosive right.
Now De León has that open avenue to get away there. He didn't do it. He can't move. He has an open avenue to get a circle away right now to get into that middle of the ring. He is standing still to get hammered by Holyfield.
De León really worn out. He just can't get away.
They have a
Watch out, 2 hands of
Holyfield has effectively taken the legs away from Carlos De León.
These seconds must feel like minutes to Carlos De León.
Even when Evander gives him a bye, says, okay, I'm moving out, you can move. He still doesn't move from one rope to the other.
And that'll do it for round 3. Evander Holyfield. Looks like he's chiseled from granite. Dave Dials with a very special guest, the heavyweight champion Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, the undisputed heavyweight champion, your impression of the fight, particularly Evander Holyfield?
Well, Evander's putting a great deal of pressure, but as you see, he's fighting an experienced fighter and a very game champion, and he's not intimidating. He's coming to fight. And Evander, as you see, is getting hit with a great deal of punches also. And I don't think he never fought a fighter in this particular kind of class. And the guy, he hit the guy with his best shot, and the guy looked at him, came back fighting. And we got to see what kind of effect will that have on him mentality-wise.
Is Holyfield ready for Mike Tyson?
He's a good fighter.
Who's managing you right now?
Bill Caton is managing me.
What about Don King?
No, Don King's not my manager. Bill Caton's my manager.
Okay, Mike.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. Mike Tyson. I guess there had been some rumors, some controversy in the papers back east about who indeed is managing Mike Tyson. A flurry here in round 4. Holyfield again.
Holyfield decided to fight a little bit from outside, to jab a little bit, and caught De León by surprise.
Oh, that left connected by Holyfield. Flush on the face of De León. It's interesting, I was talking with former heavyweight champion Larry Holmes just the other day, and he says what you need against Mike Tyson is to use speed or fight him inside very closely.
I think you need prayer more than anything else when you fight Mike Tyson.
It doesn't hurt.
Again, mystified a little bit in the way that this is a stop and start fight for Holyfield. When you just know that if he pressed on it, he would have De León out. He lets him off the hook over and over and over again.
Not even the cunning and guile and craftiness of Sugar De León seems to be helping him at this stage.
Nothing on Holyfield's punches just then. He must be lulling him into one of those hard shots of his.
Past the midway point of round 4, scheduled for 12. Combination by Holyfield, getting through. Almost every punch penetrating.
Good hard hook by De León. Every once in a while he gets in there just to remind him he's still there. He's not by any chance laying down. He still keeps working.
Minute remaining in round 4. Combination by Holyfield again slipping through the defense of De León.
And Holyfield must really be starting to wonder what is holding this guy up. I've hit him every shot in the world and he's still here.
And to the body and to the head. Like that.
It is a blueprint for a beating.
Well, De León might survive yet another round.
comes the right.
Final seconds, round 4. Carlos De León still standing.
Tape on the glove. Muévala de lado a lado, ¿ok? Lado a lado. Ahí quédate, ahí quédate.
You can see this colossal beating that De León is taking, but many punches miss, as we've just seen. De León seems to come back with enough to keep him discouraged, or at least to keep Mills' lanes occupied and not stop a fight, because it's nowhere near the point where it should be stopped. If this guy, Carlos De León, has the stamina and the strength to hold up while Holyfield gets tired, you can see different fights. The fight goes 12 rounds.
They apply the end swell under the right eye of Evander Holyfield.
Here we go.
Some beautiful shots outside Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. Breathtaking. We are inside at the Sports Pavilion. And round 5 scheduled for 12. Holyfield in the white trunks, De León in the red trunks, and Holyfield just picks up where he left off.
Started like a carbon copy of the last round. From outside, a couple of jabs, a hard right. That was the first time that De León has gotten on his toes and started to move around. That's what he should have been doing. That's the first time he's done that. Away from the ropes, backed up into that corner again.
His manager, Yamil Shadeh, says he will not run. He will not run. He says he came here to fight. If he loses, he will lose with dignity.
Well, so far he's got a lot of dignity, and he's losing.
Once again, if Holyfield prevails, and things are certainly looking very good, he will move up this summer to the heavyweight division with an eye in about a year of challenging Mike Tyson.
Considering the incredible pummeling that De León takes, isn't it odd that it's Holyfield that has a swollen eye? I wonder if he hit himself in one of those exchanges.
Very ironic. May have been Lou Duva. He can get pretty animated in the corner.
Just the volume of his verbiage will give you a swollen eye. Look at De León bounce. Is that not an awesome sight? I mean, a guy's taking that kind of a pummeling to the body can still play a little bit.
Well, tonight, as part of our Showtime Championship Boxing, we introduce a feature called simply The Sounds of Boxing. This is a sport that certainly takes on a very unique and special sound. With that, we'll lay back, let you take in the unmistakable sounds of boxing. We should also point out, for the first time ever, a Showtime sports event coming to you in stereo. Final seconds, round 5.
The thought of Lou Duva in stereo boggles the mind.
So we are 5 rounds complete for the undisputed Cruiserweight Championship scheduled for 12. Again, they apply the end swell. And now to the corner of De León.
And the advice is, get your jab going and start moving. The other guy's getting tired of punching you. Certainly not the kind of thoughts you want to dwell on a lot. But in the years that I've watched him, he is the best trained that I've seen De León. The De León that I saw in January on the Tyson undercard would have gotten knocked out in the second round.
And a look at the unofficial scorecard of Ferdy Pacheco.
49-46, no question about it. And one of those rounds could have been an 8-point round because he pummeled León under the new scoring system.
Round number 6, scheduled for 12. Holyfield starts out with the left jabs. That left by León, a glancing blow.
And a hard one. That was the meanest punch he'd thrown in many rounds.
Holyfield able to elude.
León has a little nick on his left eye. Small, just opening up. That right hand didn't help.
A crisp right, another right, and a left by Evander Holyfield as the barrage rages on. León this time able to slip away from the ropes, but he backs right up into the corner.
How could he even be standing after that? He got hit some very hard shots by Evander Holyfield.
Vicious shots by Holyfield.
Now even the jab is backing up León. Here he's got an avenue to escape. He doesn't. No motion in this fight. Everybody just in front of everybody just throwing. Holyfield right in front of him. León catching everything.
And that lunging left jab by Holyfield having effect. Holyfield, the accumulation of punches just clearly wearing León down, and León just has no starch left in him.
Try as he might, León just hasn't got the formula, the strength, and possibly the skill to keep Holyfield off.
And keep in mind, León had in his mind coming into this fight a shot at Mike Tyson, but looking very unrealistic.
Well, considering that everybody expected him to run in the Ocasio manner, this has been the exact opposite. He said he was going to stand and fight. He didn't realize when he said that it meant one guy was going to fight and the other guy was going to catch.
As we head to the final minute of round 6.
There have been an extreme few, I don't think any clinches that I can remember. No chance for León to use his guile and skill on the inside. He's been dominated by Holyfield.
Holyfield really fighting an intelligent fight. Out boxing and out foxing León.
Out punching, wearing him out, doing everything he wants to with him. But we're in the 6th round, and there stands León taking his pummeling.
Another barrage by Holyfield, and withstood by León. Harsh left by Holyfield. As we head for the bell, round 6. And at this spot on the map, it is almost an unreal world, a world of glamour and glitz. The Strip in Las Vegas, where dreams can come alive and illusions are often shattered. As we take a look under the eye of Evander Holyfield.
You got to drink it. Be nice and calm. Stick the guy, stick the guy. I got this. When you get close, hit the guy in the body. Hit him in the body and hit him with uppercuts. You don't have to throw yourself away because the guy's dead, see? If you use your jab, you're going to beat this guy to death. But not you got to go back to jabbing him in the chest. You understand?
You hit him with right hands. You're not coming back with that.
That voice you heard is the master of that corner, Georgie Benton. Georgie Benton, the brains of that corner, I should say, great middleweight in his day, contender all the way. And he has people jabbing to the chest, figuring that you hit the chin more times than you do the chest when you do that. He has all of his fighters doing that. And I think they want Holyfield to lighten up for a round. Go jabbing, boxing a little bit. After all, the depressing fact is we're only halfway through this bout, and he's already fought enough to expend energy for 10 rounds. Question of stamina is going to come in here pretty soon for Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield, his last fight, December 4th, 1987, as seen here on Showtime. It only went 4 rounds when he disposed of White Muhammad Qawi with a ferocious right to the chin. Of course, Holyfield Kawi 1 was at a much more furious pace. And it was the fight of the year. Holyfield is the fighter of the year, according to Ring Magazine, 1987.
Well, you can certainly see that he's taken his corner's advice. He's easing up this round, mostly jabs. León's not doing anything differently. Some scattered boos beginning to sound in the crowd because a fight really does mean a fight between two people, not a one-way beating.
De León has had 7 title defenses, most in the cruiserweight division. And tonight's bout for Holyfield is the first step in an ambitious 1988 schedule, which hopes will lead to a 1989 meeting with Tyson.
I think this is the last time we'll see him as a cruiserweight for a very long time. I think he'll step up into the heavyweights, bulk up, and try to go for El Dorado, who's sitting on the other side of that ring in the form of Mike Tyson.
Oh, a powerful shot by Holyfield that sent De León's head jutting back.
And his body coming forth as if he wanted to fall, and Holyfield let him stand up.
The first good shot by De León of the night. That got a rise from the crowd.
Well, bravery is not what's lacking in De León. The level of skill is entirely different.
Looks like Holyfield is getting set again to unload.
Holyfield should turn this guy off the ropes and pummel him in the middle of the ring. What holds him up is those ropes. If he gets him in the middle of the ring, his legs won't hold him, and he can knock him down.
Interesting, the crowd like building to a crescendo and Holyfield reacting. Final seconds of round 7. Carlos De León makes it through another one.
Cada que tira la derecha hace daño. Saque la derecha como sea, ¿ok? Mira.
Some of the action from the last round, round 7, with Evander Holyfield pummeling De León.
If that had happened in the middle of the ring, he goes down. It's just a question of what we used to holler in the corner. Angelo Nendi hollered, let him fall all the time. And that meant step back, let the guy go. Don't keep holding him up. We've had several of those encounters, although at the end of this round, Holyfield for the first time looked truly weary. I mean, he just didn't punch when they kind of zip at the end.
And that ferocious right while you were talking, just unbelievable how De León stayed up even with the ropes there.
Well,
that may be what Holyfield is wondering.
Come on, Lou, let's go. Seconds out.
All right, round 8. Holyfield probably wondering to himself, what must I do to drop this guy?
By his contract, I think. I mean, there's no other way to get him out here.
Well, let's see if he adheres to your advice and takes him to the center of the ring. Now the lefts by Holyfield doing damage. Now the right by Holyfield penetrating.
What a chin on De León. De León coming back with some shots. He catches a tired Holyfield, could be a different ballgame. Look at the blood now on that little nick has become a big cut over the left eye of De León.
Combination by Holyfield to the head of De León. That one sent De León reeling back. A blistering attack by Evander Holyfield. Round 8. Mills Lane steps in. He has stopped the fight. Evander Holyfield is the undisputed cruiserweight, junior heavyweight champion of the world.
It certainly should have been stopped, Steve. He was taking a pummeling that was unreal. That last assault, no need to continue that kind of punishment. He's been brave. He's hung in there. He has no chance. He hasn't won a round since the first round, and he had no way to come back.
An amazing display of courage by Carlos Sugar De León. The new champion, Evander Holyfield. Now 18-0 with 14 knockouts. He has unified the cruiserweight title for the first time in the history of boxing.
That little nick that was over the eye in the previous rounds, as we call it, gets hit by a right hand and opens even wider than it was before. But he was getting hit so many shots, it just had to keep continuing to open up. It just, they don't get better. There's no therapeutic benefit on a right hand flush on a cut. The punishment was intense. There's no question about it. You can't belabor the point. There was no reason for that fight to continue.
Ladies and
Let's
gentlemen,
listen to the ring announcer.
the time, 1 minute, 8 seconds of the 8th round. Referee Mills Lane stops the bout. The winner by a TKO and new, undisputed, cruiserweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield.